Scheduled to this point. 11th play of the drive, and it is a touchdown for Novich. Still perfect for the season.
Brandon Graham can really rush the passer.
Coaches described the offensive line play prior to last week as shaky, but Galen Hall thought they had their best game last week. And they score quickly. Penn State with a touchdown from Graham Zug. Only 4 plays to go 63 yards. Colin Wagner kicks the extra point. That ties it. And it took them just a minute inside of 30. Just 1 for 4 beyond. That one's right down the middle. He said that the official running in from the far side seemed to be signaling to John O'Neill, the referee, holding.
Well, Navarro Bowman's not happy with the call.
Holding. 11 defense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
All right, that would be a hard one for me to understand. You're going to watch Navarro Bowman. It's defensive holding on a run play. That one would have me a little baffled. And I'm sure it has Navarro Bowman baffled as well. You know, as a defender, you have the right to engage, and watch him right here. You have the right to engage. He's being blocked. And that's a bad call.
On and off the field. No flags are down. I'm not sure they got everybody off the field. And now Bowman has an interception. Worst starting field position of the day for the Wolverines from their own 8. And it's going to get worse as Carlos Brown is smothered. Flags down. Forcier, and they're going to stop it. There was movement on the offensive line. Again on the left side, it seemed, before the snap.
False start. 71 offense.
Forcier in trouble. Sidesteps the rush and wisely got rid of it. Tough call here. 3rd and 15 from their own 3. And they didn't get it off. Horrible sequence here on offense.
Delay of game. Offense. After distance to the goal.
Yeah, you see Rodriguez pointing up there like you're going to lose a yard here. All right. It's still the same situation basically. Now the key down here, and you alluded to it, Sean. Any hold in the end zone here, any hold is a flag that's 2 points. It's a safety.
Oh my goodness! They snapped it right by Forcier, and that's a safety.
Was a disaster. That whole series. It started off bad and it got worse.
And without Molk, ordinarily their starting center, Moosman, who played center last week, in the last 4 weeks, without Molk back at center, and they just weren't on the same page, and that was really the story that entire possession. I guess that's why there's a deep ball down the middle and caught. Andrew Quarles, the tight end, all the way for a touchdown. Great call and beautifully executed. A 60-yarder, longest reception of his career for Quarles. And his first touchdown of this season for the senior from Uniondale. Lee adjusting to life with that brace on his left knee. He's played sporadically today. Brandon Miner turns the corner. Bulls down to the 2. Officials stop the clock for a moment. I don't know why. It's 2nd and goal.
Shouldn't be. It's not a first down. Now he's winding the clock, but they've wasted time there.
And the Penn State sideline upset as they should be. They stopped it for a few seconds for no reason.
Fumble.
Would have loved to have had it there.
Absolutely.
So here's Jason Olasnovich. And that kick is
they're showing pressure inside.
And they bring the pressure in. It's well picked up by the O-line, and it's a touchdown to Graham Zug. Pass of the day for Clark. It was all set up by the best kickoff return of the season for the Nittany Lions. Clark has time, and it is. Robinson stays in the game. And And the ball comes out. And now the whistle sound.
That's a loose ball.
And the officials haven't signaled yet. Don't know who got it back. It looked like Penn State was best positioned to recover it, and they have. It's Nick Suke. 8 minutes to go, third quarter. Penn State up by 15. Clark, end zone, and that was easy. Touchdown. Graham Zug's third of the day.
You are right. That was very easy. Very well protected. They're locked on, and it's 6 quick.
And the extra point good by
Moy and Zug aren't going to be able to do anything. Oh, and by the way, Darryl Clark's playing really well.
Yeah. First team all-conference last year.
Blocked.
Boone's punt is blocked. Brandon Graham got it. Ball is loose. Graham wants it back, and he has it. And he's going to be a hard man to take down. 4:25 to go, third quarter. Brown in trouble. Great pursuit to the ball, and the ball came out. And Penn State has it back. Navarro Bowman recovers the fumble. The third turnover for Michigan.
Wow.
Football program of all time. Penn State is 6th all time in wins. Penn State's going to win this back. He's going to take a shot at the end zone here. Forcier steps into it, and it's intercepted. Drew Astorino. And he ends a 5-game losing streak at the Big House. First win here for Joe Paterno since 1996. He's now 5-10 all time against Michigan. And more importantly, they go to 7-1, 3-1 in the Big Ten. They're hoping for help, as we said tonight. Iowa, the only team without a loss overall or in conference in the Big Ten, and they're up the road in East Lansing tonight. Here's Holly Rowe with Joe Paterno.
Coach, another bad weather game, but how did your quarterback, Derek Clark, really manage this thing from the very beginning?
Well, you know, he's an awfully good football player. And he's getting better and better. And I think the challenge of, you know, everybody, all the great young quarterbacks around, and he hasn't really gotten the kind of credit he deserves. So I think he had a good week at practice. He was determined to come out here and show some people he wasn't the worst guy there.
Well, he did a good job, but also your defensive front, they really seemed to control the game. How would you describe their performance?
You know, as we obviously started out, they ran right down the field, but they did that to us last year up at our place. They were at 10-0 last year. So we were all right. But overall, I thought our defense played a really good game against a good football team.
Thank you, Coach.